I don't know about you, but there have been times in my life where I have just like sank into a hole and shut everything off. I didn't even really want to talk to my friends. I didn't. They call it depression, I think.
Yeah.
But um, I mean, there was like a really solid, almost 9 month period of my life where I just like sank into some really dark times, and it was mostly just like go to work, come home, go to sleep for me. Like I didn't have the
Yeah.
ability to just completely shut everything off. But if I had the
But
choice,
if
I
you
probably would
did, you
have.
would have. Yeah.
Yeah,
For sure. Yeah. I think that we've all dealt with that a little bit, but like,
yeah,
um, some people more so than others, depending on what you're going through in life.
yeah.
But yeah, for sure. And looking back, it was just like I can totally see it for what it was. But when you're in it and you're having to go to work and like, perform and pretend like, everything's good when it's not, you kind of trick yourself and you don't really
It's
realize
exhausting though.
it's just
That's what made it
you're just
easier. Like
tired.
I would be home at 6 o'clock and just eat something really quick because I knew I had to, and just sleep
For sure.
until like 5 the next morning.
Yeah.
Cause yeah, but there is this interesting trend in Japan where their people are just complete shut-ins. Like they just do not leave their apartments as much as humanly possible. Just quarantine without quarantine. You
Like
know,
agoraphobia, or they just choose to be that way.
I mean, I guess just because culturally we're so different, like the socialization in Japan is different. They have their own like reasons for not wanting to be involved in it. I guess like they're just like way of escaping the expectations. I guess are
Well,
just like I'm not showing my face.
yeah,
I'm here. I don't want to deal with that.
yeah.
That's what I would guess, but I don't know. I don't know. It's just like so different. And you got to imagine like in a situation where your complete upbringing from knowing nothing up until adulthood is so different than anything we've ever
Right. I
experienced.
can't imagine.
Who knows what has caused that to be it's like a big thing there, like a big trend. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So
How did these people? Well, I guess
I
we're gonna learn. I
I don't
guess we're gonna
know.
learn. I was gonna. How do they get groceries? How
Yeah.
do they get money?
So this is a video that I saw recently and I wanted to watch with you.
I'm
It's
interested.
a day in the life of a Japanese Hikikomori. I I don't speak Japanese, so I don't
I'm
know how
not
you're
even gonna
supposed to say
try.
that, but it translates to shut in, and this was by Sean and Nami. Super interested in this. Let's go ahead and pull it up and check.
that over 1 million people in Japan currently isolate themselves like Nito, and experts on this matter are projecting that this number will approach 10 million in the near future, a whopping 10% of Japan's entire population. It's not easy to understand why someone would choose to live this way, but what better way to find out than ask Nito himself? Nito, take us back about 10 years. You graduated from the University of Tokyo. What was the job searching process like?
I like documentaries, so I applied to TV stations and productions. I have generally disliked Japanese working culture and relationships in the workplace. I had a sense of anxiety while I was searching for the job, so I didn't take it too seriously when I wasn't accepted by these companies.
Do you feel like once you've passed that initial job search period that you've lost the opportunity to get a good job in Japan?
Yeah, I think so. One of my uni senpai couldn't land a job he preferred, so he stayed in school another year and got accepted by a good company.
And when you decided you were done job hunting, what was your next step?
I believed that creative writing was my calling. I was thinking like, okay, I failed to land a good job, but instead I can experience a variety of work and can use it as my writing resource. I was going to quit my job when I can live on my writing anyway. I was arrogant and stupid. I was getting to realize that what I want to write was not what the marketplace wanted to read. I tried to expand myself to fit in the market demand, but I was not that talented. I wrote up a novel that I simply expressed my taste there and ignored the market. Then finally I accepted I couldn't live off my writings, at least at the moment. But I wanted to live on my creation no matter what. Doujin seemed to be a reasonable choice from my eyes.
Doujin means independent distribution,
Okay.
and comes in many varieties with people creating games, animations, and manga. Due to the low volume of production, when these works become popular, they can also become quite valuable. In typical Japanese humility, Nito claims he is not good at drawing, but looking at his work, I think
Wow.
most people would feel differently. After breakfast, Nito sits at the computer, where he will spend most of his day. He starts off by reading the news, picking up some tidbits from Reddit's game development forum, and checking emails. And when you decided to be a doujin, that's when you moved into your current apartment?
Yes, I started learning how to draw in my old room. I had no friends in my hometown and felt rushed to become financially independent as soon as possible. Feeling ashamed to go outside, so I became a hikikomori. That was 10 years ago.
What kind of work were you creating as a doujin?
I'm a bit embarrassed to say this, but 80% of professional doujin creators are making porn. In Japan, porn creators are relatively accepted or simply overlooked. That's what I was doing as well.
Is that due to high demand?
Yes, being in the otaku market, drawing cute girls is a must. And being able to draw cute girls gives you more opportunities in the market. It's also a great way to train your drawing skill.
I'm sure.
That makes sense. Did you have any success there?
I published 2 books through an online distributor. My first was in 2014 and my second in 2015. Combining both, I sold a total of 2,000 copies and earned a net revenue of 930,000 yen so far.
Do you feel like if you kept going with drawing that you could have made a living from it?
Maybe, but simply put, drawing porn is not fun for me. I can't find the meaning of life
Her
there.
heart goes out for
Also,
him.
my second book didn't sell as well, so
Damn.
I didn't want to keep going. Around that time, Unreal Engine became free to use and I decided game development may be the last chance for my life. Now, years later, I am getting close to finishing my first commercial game per day.
Nito begins work on his game in the afternoon. He codes using the Unreal Engine, one of the biggest game engines used to develop for AAA game titles. His game title, Polstay, is a literal translation of Hikikomori. The game is an old-school beat-em-up brawler, centered around a Hikikomori named Susumu. The enemies are other members of society who are worried about him, want to mock him, or just want to see a Hikikomori in the wild. And in my opinion, looks pretty fun.
Damn. That's crazy.
Yeah, he totally can't draw. He totally can't create.
Yeah.
Using some of his background to incorporate into his new work.
Oh
Oh my gosh.
no. They become shrimp. Ooh. I like it.
Anytime I'm in VR chat,
Yeah.
throw in random objects.
Looks like a trip.
For sure.
Nice little plug for his game.
After knocking out some work, Nito takes a break for lunch.
That
Not
looks
being much
good.
of a cook, Nito usually sticks to frozen, retort packaged, or canned foods. He boils vegetables every day and has half at lunch and half with dinner.
I'm not talking with BBC Click team, so I'm watching their video and prepare for their interview.
We've been close to for long enough to catch coronavirus.
How long have you been creating the games now?
I started developing games about 5 years ago.
Tell us about some of the challenges you faced along the way.
Well, my English was not great, so I couldn't write my game story in English. Also, all development guides are written in English, so I needed to improve my skill. That was my biggest challenge to overcome.
Developing games, particularly with the 3D graphics, has to be a lot more difficult than writing or drawing. So what is it that kept you focused and motivated over the past 5 years?
Yeah, it's certainly difficult and challenging, but I see it's rewarding a lot. You can tackle the new challenge and create your own artwork. That's what I want to spend my lifetime on. And also, I have no escape anymore elsewhere. Game development is the final result of mine.
Wow.
Looking at Nito's day, it's a bit hard to compare him to most hikikomori. The stereotype is someone who doesn't work at all and their parents take care of them, while they lay about consuming media. While his life is not socially
I
accepted,
was wondering.
I
if
do
he
admire the number of
exercised.
skills he's built up entirely on his own volition.
軽蔑した態度で話すは talk
Talk
down
down
to
to
何々になります。
This is today's my snack. Sorry for eating snack despite I'm Hikikomori. This is a raisin dipped in water. So it's soft and sweet. You can try it. And eclair. Yeah, let's see it.
If the game is successful, what you wanna do next?
I'd love to travel around the world and meet game devs there. I have a couple of game ideas I want to make. These ideas require support from other people, such as a programmer and an artist. So I want to make connections with talented people and build a little dev team.
Not to jinx you, but what if it's not successful? Do you have a backup plan?
I will use Pullstay as my portfolio and try to find a job, preferably remote freelance job.
Can people play your game right now?
Yes, you can download a demo from my site.
When are you planning to do a final release, and how can people stay up to date with your game?
I'm aiming for Q1 2021 to release Pullstay on PC. If it sells well, I will try to port the game to consoles. You can check my latest development on my Twitter.
Nito, more of a personal question, but do you ever feel lonely?
It might sound odd, but I don't feel lonely much. I don't think I'm a misanthrope type, but simply don't feel lonely much.
A lot is riding on the success of this game for Nito. Please consider checking out the social links in the description or the comments, downloading his demo, or even share this video, as I think this is one of the best ways that he can get exposure, and we will see you again soon.
Absolutely.
Thanks for watching.
That was heavy, and
You
it's
feel-
kind of a lot to unpack within those
Yeah,
short moments.
because you would think it's like, I feel so bad for this guy, like he's got nothing going on, and you see how he like structures his life to be more than just
Yeah, at the beginning, before we knew anything about this dude, I was just like, oh man, he's just gonna be. He's just gonna kind of exist. Like, I don't know why I was like, he's not gonna have a stable job, or like, I was like, how do you earn income? And I'm like, there's a thing called interwebs that
see.
you can use.
There you go, with
I
the
literally
internet.
have a job that is remote, and somehow still forget that that's how
Yeah.
things are kind of progressing.
Things can be.
I'm gonna take these off.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, my heart still goes out for the guy.
I feel like there has to be something going on that's not right for you to be like, I'm not around people at all and I don't feel lonely.
Well, I feel like if you were alone essentially for 10 years, eventually that becomes normal. And I don't think that those feelings would be as strong.
Maybe
But
not.
I do feel so, and I feel bad for saying this, but I feel bad for him because I don't think that that's necessarily how he wanted to live, but he kind of
Fell into
fell into it because of the expectations of your job or what people would think of you, or and he had some
Yeah.
he said he had some anxiety about it, and like I just wonder what his life would be like, what his path would be if he didn't have all of those.
What if? That could be said about a lot of things.
For sure.
So I don't know. It's just an interesting take just a really, really interesting glimpse into the day-to-day of someone way, way different than us, but in a lot of ways not so different than us now that we've had to deal with the whole, quarantine thing and stayed inside for a long time and separating from people.
We kind of started doing,
this
channel.
I was seeing like
similarities
in it. And this channel has also become like a way to connect with people and put stuff out there and have some interaction outside of the norm,
and
but
kind of escape our little
bubble
of like, this is our daily life, this is kind of just what we do. And it's been a really good way to even connect with you, because being confined, no matter how much you love someone, it's difficult.
It can be difficult.
You find ways to like work through that and work with each other. But like, for that dude to just live, I'm very much not a people person. Yeah. But I have my people, and it's hard for me to not have them. So like, to not even have like a pet or something like that would be really hard for me. Yeah. So really hard for me.
Everybody has their life to live, and if that's the way he's doing his thing, then more power to him. But
he gets more done than I do.
Yeah, he exercises more than I do, which is a shame. But anyway, I think that's going to do it for this one. If you like this video, please like this video. Please subscribe and go check this
stuff out.
Yeah. What was the name of this video? It is A Day in the Life of a Japanese Shut-In, aka Hikikomori. That was my attempt. And this was put out by Sean and Nami. Please go check them out. I'm sure that they've got some great videos. This was a really, really insightful one. Very interesting. And until next time, I think that's going to do it. Are you good?
I'm good.
You want to say anything to the people? No?
Nope.
All right. We'll see you next time. You made it to the end. That's awesome. If you enjoyed the video, go ahead and subscribe. I'm going to be putting out some more gameplay footage, tons of reactions, going to make some retro, like nostalgic videos. Just having fun with this channel and trying to put out content that I hope you all enjoy and that I like to make. So go ahead and hit subscribe, and I will see you guys next time.